right, so in this problem, we're going to go over question number 1, example that's worked out for you on the paper. I'm going to go ahead and work it out for you in the video and discuss how I would work it out. So we are specifically simplifying this square root. Whenever I'm simplifying a square root, I need to think of my perfect squares. So I'm going to go ahead and list out my first 12 perfect squares, and this will help you anytime you're dealing with completing the square, quadratic formula, taking the square root. Um, listing out your perfect squares will help you memorize them, and that will give you a deeper understanding of the numbers. So I'm just going to do 1 times 1, which is 1, 2 times 2, which is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 7 is 49, 8 times 8 is 64, 9 times 9 is 81, 10 and 10 is going to give you 100. 11 and 11 is going to give you 121. And that's going to give you 144. All right, so now that we've listed out those numbers, I need to look at 56. 56 is not a perfect square. It is somewhere in between 49 and 64. You learned that in 8th grade in terms of estimating where the square root of 56 would be on that number line. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and find a value of perfect square that we can break up and change in terms of 56. So I'm going to do 56 in Desmos, divide that by x. Then I'm going to create this into a table, and this is going to give me all of the factors. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight 2 and then just hit enter. I'm not worried about any of the values that are a decimal. So I'm specifically looking at my specifically counting numbers. So 56, 28, 14, 8, 7, all of those numbers. Okay, so those are the factors. So we got factors of 56, 1 and 56, 2 and 28, 4 and 14, 7 and 8, 8 and 7, so on and so on. Now, of those factors, we're specifically looking for one of those perfect squares. Okay, so I'm looking at 4, 9. So 9 is here on the x value, but it's 9 times 6.222. So that means that is not, 9 is not a factor for 56. So I'm looking at, let's look at 4. Specifically, if you notice 4 times 14, those are nice even factors. That's a factor. So I'm going to change, and 4 is a perfect square. So we're going to rewrite 56. This is going to become 4 times 56, not 4 times 56. Blah, blah, blah. Second time I did that. 4 times 14. There we go. Now, to think about how do I simplify this? So at this point, I'm rewriting 4. So 4 would become, this would become the square root of 2 times 2 times 14. Okay. 14 is going to stay in the radical. It's not going to come out. Okay. Now, 2 and 2, those are twins. Okay. Well, one of the twins is going to eat the other twin. So when it eats that other twin, it comes out and stays 2. It stays as an individual. So that becomes 2 square root of 14. That it absorbs that 2. Doesn't become 4 because that 4 was what it was originally with the twins. So it becomes 2 square root of 14. So our answer, when we're simplifying the square root of 56, that's going to give me 2 square root of 14. And we're done. That's it. I will see you in the next video. Hopefully that helps.